Hey guys, this is Maite. Did I say it right?
Yes, you have.
Can you say it for me?
Maite.
Maite. I did it. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. She is 5 months pregnant from Chattanooga, Tennessee. What is your background?
Dance, stop Pilates, yoga, and hopefully bar.
And she's from Barcelona, so I love her accent. I'm so thankful that you're here with us. 5 months pregnant, we're gonna do an interval workout. Now, if you're third trimester or you're just not feeling up to it, I need you to listen to of course I need you to listen to your body. You have to have water, you need something stable to hold on to. And we're gonna be working out on this mat just because we're on a concrete floor and we're barefoot. So if you're ready to get started, we're gonna go ahead and take the legs underneath the hips, outside edges of your feet in line, straight underneath those hips. Shift your body weight back over your heels. I want you to pick up the kneecaps. See if you can disengage your quads. And I want you to actively press the balls of the feet down and lift your arches up. Inhale up, reach up tall to the ceiling. Reach it up, exhale down. And inhale up again. I hear Maite breathing here. It's great to hear. I want to hear you breathing as well. Make sure you're breathing through this workout. Bring your hands to your hips and lift. Let's start with this leg. We're lifting it up. Lift it up. Lift it up. So just a nice little lift. Now, if your belly's big, you might have to turn out a little bit, and that's okay. This is a classic bar warm up. You might feel a little stretch in the back of the legs. Let's add the arms. We're moving opposite arm, opposite leg. Swing that freely forward and back. Just a loose arm and a loose leg. Lift it up. Not too much gripping. Okay, we don't want to over feel these hip flexor muscles here. We want to lift it up tall through the crown of the head and lift. Lift it up. 8 more. 1, 2, good. And we're going to extend the hip now on 1. So take the legs again straight down below you. Hold on to something for balance if you need to. Take this leg back and behind you. Reach your arms out long. Press those shoulders down. And if you can lift the leg up, lift it up and lift. So bring it back and behind you. No movement through your lower back. We're keeping it really tight with the core. Lift it up. Good. Press and lift. Press and lift. So Maite is holding on to support. Really important. Really good. Lift it up. Lift it up. 4, 3, 2, try to keep the arms up on 1. Take the other leg back and behind you and just extend that hip, lift up and lift. Keep it tight. You're not tucking your hips here. You're keeping the spine neutral. I want your body weight back over. So let's back the shoulders back up over and let's give it a little bit of a soft knee here, just a tiny little soft knee. And it's 4 and 3, 2, and let's move to thighs on 1. So let's go into some second position. So we're going to turn out the legs. Now I want you to make sure that your knees and your feet are tracking here, and we're going to lower it down. And then I want you to just kind of just loosen up your shoulders a little bit, okay? Neutral spine. Do not tuck your hips. It's very common to want to tuck your hips here, especially when we get tired. Down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. You have 4 points on your feet that I want you to connect with into your mat. It's down an inch, up an inch. Now I'm just going to look at Maite's form and correct anything, or I'm going to tell you points that you need to look for. Now what she's got here is, I want you to bring your legs out. Now you can't really see her heels, but I can see what's going on. I want you to step out a little bit wider. Yeah, with the heels spreading apart that way. Good. And down and up. Good. Love this lower back here. It's a great neutral spine. It's down and up. 8 and 7. So a nice range of motion here. It's a couple inches. It's not too small and it's not too big. If you need to make your movement a little bit smaller, that's fine. You can lean a little forward if you need to. I'd rather you do that than thrust your ribs. And then on 1, good. Hold it down. Can you lift your heels up? Now you probably need to step those heels. Looking pretty good here, actually. Really good. Now little down. Little down. Now keep your heels up. Keep your heels up and little downs through the legs. Good. Little downs. So she's finding that beat. I want you to find that beat too. And you can just, if you need to stop and start, stop and start. You've got your water. I want you to listen to your body. This is tough. We're going to, you're feeling the heart rate coming up here. Good. Nice neutral spine. Nice focus. Relaxing your eyes, relaxing your jaw. Letting your legs do the work. Letting them get strong. Letting them get strong for your baby. Allowing your legs to stay leaned out, let your body shake. You've got 4 more. It's 4 and 3 and 2 and then on 1. Excellent job. All right, let's take those heels down and stand it up. All right, big inhale up. Big inhale up, reach. Be aware of your body. Exhale down. Shoulders go down into their place. One more time. Inhale it up. Stretch, 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 stretch. Exhale down. Okay, now we're going to take it. We're going to do a little cardio. And I'm going to get Maite moving, and then I'm going to show you a modification because I know she's going to be able to do this. Okay, so you've got to step away from your support, and we're going to take it into that second position. Your legs can be a little bit closer in, and we're going to go down. We're going to lift this leg up first. So we're going to go down and up, down, other side, and lift. So down and up, down and up. Bend and lift. Good. Bend. So her heart rate's going to come up, and so is yours. Now let me just show you what you might need to do. So you could go down and up, down and up. You can still move your arms, or you may even need to hold on to something. You may need your support for balance. That is fine. Listen, as you get bigger, as your baby gets bigger, you're going to notice through your pregnancy, stuff isn't as easy, is it? It's a little bit harder. It's a lot harder. I noticed in my first trimester with my first child, walking up a flight of stairs was so much harder. Good. Down and up. We've got 20 more seconds. Bend. Form is great. You don't have to go as low as she's going. You could just be bend, tap, bend. As long as you're moving, you're doing great. Make sure you're in alignment. Make sure your knees and your feet are tracking press. Good. Down and up, down, up. Last one. Down, press. Good. Shake it off, shake it up. Let's get a drink of water. So your water is there. Yep. Water is good, especially after that interval. Woo. So we're going to walk that off a little bit, and we're going to move into some seat work. So we're going to do a little fold over, and as you get bigger, as your pregnancy progresses, you may need to hinge more and stay more upright. She's middle of her pregnancy. You're right in the middle, so you're probably a little bit you're probably easier to come down. So now that we're allowing that heart rate to come down, we're going to start moving into some fold over. So let's turn and face the bar. Okay, now it's super important that you get your position right. So I want you to, holding on to your support, look at your legs, outside edges of your feet are in line, knees point straight ahead. Take your pelvis, take your hands on your hips, and just untuck your pelvis forward over your legs. So your tailbone's sticking up toward the ceiling. You're not arching your back, and you're not letting your chest drop here. You're just holding on. And step your feet in a little bit closer together so that they're in that position. Yep. Okay, now take this leg back and behind you. Now the only thing that I'm seeing here is that as you lift your leg up, keep it a little soft. Good. Okay, now holding. Good. Little bitty ups with the leg. Little bitty ups, little bitty ups, little bitty ups. Now, the only thing I want to see is this. And maybe the leg drop just a little bit more, so you're more in a diagonal line here. So you may need to use a mirror. You may need to check your form in the mirror, but super great. Nice neutral spine here, seen at work, not too much. She's not throwing her leg. I don't want you to throw your leg. There's no movement in her lower back here. She's just lifting up and lift and up. That's it. She's a dancer, so she hears the beat. You can work at a pace that works for you. If you can grab that beat and pulse up and squeeze. So we're working in that very pure parallel position to lift the back of the leg up. Good. Lift it up. Good. Lift it up. You've got about 15 more seconds. If you need to stop and start, stop and start. Okay, so no problem. You can straighten that leg a little bit more, but just a soft knee, but not too much of a bend. We don't want to use the quads. 4, 3, 2, excellent on 1. Awesome job. Bring it all the way down. Stand it up. Good. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to shift to the other side. So what we're going to do in these prenatal workouts is we're going to move from side to side. So we're going to do the other side again. But this time we're going to hinge forward. So soften your legs just a little bit. Just don't bend them too much. You just want to not lock your legs. Hinge forward. Make sure that you can even put your hands on your belly. Make sure you're, lifting up without tucking your hips here. You're on a neutral spine. Arms are here. You're not pushing or pulling. You're supporting your body weight. Your body weight is over your standing heel. Take this back leg behind you and lift that leg up. And it's just an up and an up and a little tiny up. Now, a minute on each side is really difficult if you're a beginner. So it's very important that you understand that 15 seconds, 20 seconds, stopping, grabbing water, coming back into it. That's the way you build up. Maite is just showing a very advanced position. She's an instructor. She's got the moves. A little bit less of a down, more of an up here, more of an look at that control. That is it. That's your mind-body connection. Those little bitty controls. No movement through the back. Is very stable. Nice soft bend. She heard that in my last correction here, so that was really good. You are just making sure that your knee is softly bent, not locked out. And it's my job to just remind you, neutral spine, squared off hips, and soft knee. Now, what if you're working out alone and you have no idea what your hips are doing? Just get a mirror to the side of you and watch, okay? So you just want to watch and see if your hips are square. Good. And it's 5, 4, 3, 2, excellent on one. Awesome. All right, bring it all the way down. Now we're going to take it into a little cardio. Ready for cardio? We're going to do a little knee pull. So what I want you to do is I want you to raise this arm up, and we're going to pull the knee up and back, up and back. No impact here. So, or a very low impact. There's no jumping, not when you're pregnant. Lift it up, back. Lift it up, back. Press. Well, you're going to feel your standing leg and the heart rate going up. Press and back. Lift. Feel your hamstrings? You feeling it right there in that standing leg? Lift and back. Lift and back. Exhale up. Inhale back. I am on fire. Lift. And you guys have been doing the work. Good. Keep it up. Lift. Press. Awesome job. Not too advanced, not too intense. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1. Okay, shake it out. Shake out your leg. On a rate of 1 to 10, you should be at about a 7, maybe an 8. Would you say that that's where you are? And that's really a good place. It's a really easy way for you to determine your level. If you're at a 9 or a 10, you really do need to back off. Okay, so especially when we're doing that for 1 minute. So you just want to shake out the standing leg, grab some water if you haven't already, and we're going to do that same thing on the other side. Let's go into a little second position. Let's just go in. If you need to hold your bar or your support, you can. But let's bring it down, and a little plie squat here. Okay, so a little plie squat. Now I'm going to step in a little bit more so they can see you. And we're just going to shift chest forward, a little down. So for about 30 seconds, just allow the heart rate to come down. Then we're going to move to that other side. I'm all about intervals. I'm all about the up and the down and the up and the down. So heart is lifted, ribs are not thrusted, ribs are closed. Breathing in. Good. Feeling the legs. Awesome. She's feeling like she's cute and sweet. It's 4 and 3 and 2 and then on 1. Excellent job. All right, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to go back into that knee pull. This time this leg is forward, and then we're going to lift up, back, up, back. Good. Press. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Press. Press. Let me just show you the modification. So you keep going, Maite, and this could be a good modification. Lift, back, lift. If you can't lift all the way up and back, that's totally fine. Press. I want you to really think about your back body, your back side. So this counterbalance with the arms is helpful to maintain balance, but it is normal. If you start to feel like you're losing your balance, just walk it off and reset, because the shins and the feet fatigue in this, especially with bare feet. Good. Exhale. Good breathing, Maite. I want you to be breathing at home. Lift. 8, 7, 6, 4, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, shake it off. Grab your water. Every time you do a cardio interval, you need to drink some water. Make sure you got it always with you when you're working out, especially when you're pregnant. Okay, take your legs back out into that turnout. Plie. Sit back. A little down. Allow the heart rate to come down. You can work up a little bit higher if you need to. We're going to go for 1 minute here. Good. You're doing great. press, press, press. At 30 seconds, we're going to the up. Good. Hold it down right here. Up, up, lift. Bring the shoulders away from the ears. Feel your heart rate come down. Maybe you can work a little bit more intensely with your legs. Make sure you're not gripping those glutes and wrapping the hips underneath you. You do not want to be tucking here. I want a neutral spine. Stick that tailbone back. Make the legs work. Lift. Up. Good. Press. 7, 6, 5, 4. Good. 2. Awesome job on 1. All right, shake it off and shake it out. Okay, ready for some lunges? We're going to do some lunges. I want you to really think about your glutes here. You're going to feel the entire legs, both legs working, so it's all good. But when it's turned in, let's take this leg forward in the back. Now you're holding onto your support, and I don't really care if you're on a profile or if you're facing in. It's whatever works for you. We're just using it for balance, and I'm turning on profile so that you can see my form. So drop your back knee down, and make sure you're not overstretching here in the hip flexors. So if you need to step your back leg forward a little bit, you can. And then just down on 2. Push up through your heel, down on 2, up on 2. So it's automatic that we're shaking and feeling our quads, right? That's the front of the leg. But it's not as automatic to feel the glutes. You have to think about it. So I want you to put your mind here. And if you can, lift your toes up in the front. Down on 2, up on 2. Neutral spine, don't tuck those hips. Up on 2. On fire, Maite. Are you on fire?
Oh my gosh.
Up on 2. This is a hard worker though. Down on 2. All right, relax. Stop and start if you need to. Take a break if you need to. Down on 2. Up on 2. Work higher if you need to. Down on 2. That would be totally an option. You've got about 15 more seconds. We can do anything for 15. Up on 2. Down on 2. Up on 2. Almost to a break. You're doing great. Press it up. 2 more. Up on 2. 1 more. It's down on 2. It's thank goodness we're done with that side. Shake it off, cross that one off, shake it out. You know we have one more side to do. We're just going to shake it off. Grab some water if you need to. You're doing great. We're going to move to that lunge on the other side. I love lifting the toes up because it does help us really feel the work. So are you ready? Mm-hmm. Now the second side, it's a little bit more difficult than the first side, only because both legs work in this. So we're going to feel it from the first rep, or at least the second. So 2 counts down, 2 counts up, 1 minute. Down on 2 and up on 2. Wonderful form. You want to try your best to keep this front knee above the ankle. You want to keep your hips untucked. Down on 2. You have permission to lean a little bit forward, and you know you're going to have to work with your body. You may not be able to go as low in your third trimester as you once were able to, but you're going to bounce back. Don't worry. Your body is changing. Embrace that change. It's a miracle. It's an amazing adventure you're on. It's an amazing miracle that you're experiencing. So just be kind to yourself and allow your body to change as you press back up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Good. Inhale, use your breath. And exhale, up. Good. Down on 2. Up on 2. You're doing so great. Down on 2. So are you. Press up on 2. 2 more. It's down on 2. Up on 2. Those toes lifted if you can. Down on 2. Up and up and up. Excellent job. Shake it off and shake it out. Good job. All right. Shake, shake, shake. Let's go into some stretches here. So let's go down into the mat. We're just going to stretch out the legs now. Okay. So we're going to come down. And what I want you to do is I want you to take this leg out and angle this leg in. Okay, so now lift this arm up and over stretch. Not too deep, not twisting, especially in your third trimester. Just reach, lift. Good, and come up, switch it out to the other side. Lift it up and over. Inhale and exhale. Good. Reach, reach, reach through that arm. Not so much of a compression of your abs or your waist, more of a lift tall through the arm. Really reach and then bring it all the way back up And then let's take it down to the floor. Let's go ahead and take the leg out to the side here. So we're going to bring the heel and the foot into the inner thigh. And then reach it up again and over. Just opening up the back. And then now I want you to take it and I want you to turn your body and I want you to untuck your hips even more. And I want you to flex your foot. And I just want you to hold this position. And if you can come forward at all, you do not come forward by flexing your spine. You come forward by untucking your pelvis. If you're third trimester, probably not going to go very far. If you're tight in your hamstrings or your back of your knee or your calf, probably not going to go very far. But the only reason that you would come forward is to keep your chest lifted, keep your toes flexed. Try to keep your foot flexed, not your toes. Try to not flex your toes. So you may give your hip just a gentle little rub out right here, or your inner thigh. Just encourage that opening here in your hip rather than you don't want to push down on your knee. And then we're going to lift up and then switch it out to the other side. So I'll scoot down so they can see you. Okay, up and over. So I'm normally in a non-pregnant video, I would twist and really rotate, but when you're especially as you get farther along, you just really don't want to twist and put that pressure on the abdominal muscles. So you want, or your baby, so you want to think about that. And as you come back up, you just want to lift up through these stretches, really open, and it's almost a better stretch in some ways. It's at least a different stretch. So flex your foot, turn toward your leg. You can bring your foot in a little bit more. And then lift up. Untuck your, it's almost like I want you to pick up your hips and sit them back. We sit in a tucked position. Just allow this opening in your hips, even if it doesn't feel like much. I just want you to flex your foot here, press out through your heel. You can even let that foot lift up off of the floor. And if you can lean forward, you're coming from the pelvis untucking rather than you're reaching. I don't want you to reach to your toes. I want you to stay here. If you can reach, and stay connected and lifted up in a neutral spine. Perfect. You can even encourage that hip to open a little bit more, maybe feeling it here. And then lift all the way back up. Bring your legs in. Excellent job with your happy cardio prenatal workout. Thank you, Maite.
Thanks.